Bunker, Books 4 and 5, Mission Critical Series, written by J. Falconer, narrated by Gary Tiedemann.
Chapter 1. The heat from Stephanie King's beating chest soaked into Jack Bunker's skin as the reunion hug continued in front of Tuttle's place. He was happy to see her too, and the rest of the gang who hailed from Clearwater, Colorado. Her son's 10-year-old arms couldn't reach all the way around Stephanie's legs, let alone Bunker's, but it didn't stop Jeffrey from trying. Everyone else had tears in their eyes, including the sheriff and his deputy, Daisy, the same woman who'd pulled a gun on Bunker after learning his darkest secret at the miners' camp. Bunker thought they'd patched things up after the incident, but was still worried she might turn on him now that she knew he used to ride with the infamous Kindred biker gang, or at the least share his background with the town's chief law enforcement officer, Gus Apollo. Keeping one law enforcement officer on your side is hard enough. Trying to manipulate two would be impossible. Something would go wrong. It always does when you're lying about your past. Until a second ago, Bunker thought the emotions pouring out of those in attendance were a result of the near-fatal execution he'd just stopped with his long-range sniper shot. It was a work of perfection, part shooter, part weapon, especially when that weapon was a tracking point precision-guided rifle. When you take down 3 masked men with a single long-range shot, a sense of relief should have been permeating the atmosphere. Yet it wasn't. The air felt stale and heavy, almost putrid. Stephanie pulled back from the tender embrace, her eyes filled with tears. Her tone turned somber when she spoke. "We needed you here 10 minutes ago." "Why? What happened?" he asked, his gut tightening after hearing the words. Stephanie didn't answer. She turned her gaze to the women in attendance. Daisy and a gray-haired woman he'd seen in town were on their knees, consoling Megan and a mysterious brunette he didn't know. Sheriff Apollo aimed a firm eye at Stephanie, lifting an eyebrow. "Where are Franklin and Cowie? Are they okay?" Stephanie shook her head. Her eyes indicated she wanted to speak, but something was holding her back, something painful. Bunker pushed past Stephanie with his focus on the tiny black girl, Megan, and her innocent face. Stephanie let go of his hand as Bunker continued, moving closer to the precious soul he'd saved from certain death on the bus. He stood motionless behind the old woman hugging Megan. Every tear that rolled down Megan's cheek impaled his heart with the savagery of a red-hot dagger. Normally, the 10-year-old was a beacon of joy, filling...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?